Hi guys, today I have a grocery haul for you. It is from Walmart, but it's a little bit of some different stuff than normal. I tried out some different groceries. These groceries have been sitting in my entryway for 3 days now, and so some of them are missing that my kids have hauled off, but I'm going to tell you what I have. I'll show you what I have, and I'll tell you what we got that's not here, and tell you the total and everything at the end.
Okay, starting with the cold stuff. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Guys, right off the bat, this was a really exciting find for me, and I'm going to tell you why. These used to say like a 15% broth solution, and these are the $1.99 a pound ones from Walmart. And so the same way at Meijer, all the places that had the really good price on chicken breasts, they always had a broth solution. So we never bought them for my sensitive kid because the broth solutions have natural flavors, but natural flavors can contain preservatives that are not listed on the label. Or sometimes it wouldn't even tell you what was in the broth solution, so who knows if it was even natural. But I didn't notice this on the label anymore last time I was at Walmart, and this time there was someone working in the meat department, so I asked her if she knew anything about that, or if she noticed that, if she thought it was really true that there's nothing added to this. And she said as far as she knows, that is the way it is now. She noticed that a little while back, that they stopped adding the broth. So I'm going to try it, and if that happens, that would be amazing. We do have our own chicken. This year, my breast meat in the freezer is gone, and all I have left is whole chickens and a couple packages of thighs and drums. So I'm going to have to start buying chicken breast again whenever I really want that to get us through. Alright, we have Greek yogurt, 67 cents. I always buy these for starter for making homemade yogurt, and then I never get around to making the yogurt, and I end up just giving this to the kids. So we'll see if I get around to it this time. Philadelphia cream cheese for my Alfredo sauce, or the other day we made an impromptu cheesecake in the Instant Pot. So $3.68 for 2. Colby Jack cheese slices, $2.68 for 8 ounces. I didn't get the ultra thin this time. I got the regular size ones because my husband asked for them for his lunch. Let's go on to hot dogs, $1.98 for 8. These are the uncured ones. We've had really good luck with these, and they actually taste really good. I even like them. String cheese that we always get, 10 ounces in 12 sticks for $2.18 a pack. The Sargento 4-cheese Mexican, $2.26 for 8 ounces. I get those for tacos, quesadillas, things like that. This lunch meat is a new thing for us to try. We've always gotten the Natural Choice lunch meat at Walmart, and then we recently tried a big pack like this of the Aldi uncured. So this is turkey breast, and then we got the smoked uncured honey ham. And it has no nitrites added. So these are, they're basically just coming out with all these generic versions of the expensive ones that use like celery salt and things like that, which is pretty awesome. Turkey is not hard to find uncured, but ham really is. So no nitrates or nitrites added, not preserved. So keep it refrigerated at all times. So there's the cherry powder, celery powder. It does have natural flavor, but we'll see how it goes. And if you missed it in my other video, the reason we don't do nitrites and nitrates is not because we're necessarily opposed to them. It's because usually those ingredients, the nitrates, are the red salt, and it contains red dye. So if you're not buying uncured meats, there's a good chance that you're getting dyes that are not on the label, because they only have to put the nitrate solution on the label. They don't have to put what's in the nitrate solution. So excuse my rant, but I just wanted to explain. Baking soda, 52 cents. Hopefully my toddler does not dump that box all over his bedroom like the last box. Baking powder, $1 for 8.1 ounces. We like to make homemade waffles and pancakes, and so we use quite a bit of baking powder. Sugar, $1.43 for 4 pounds. Let's talk about sugar. Let's talk about sugar for a minute. So I am a Pioneer Sugar fan. Don't hate me, beet farmers. And I want you guys, my friends that are beet farmers, can you guys correct me if I'm wrong on this, but Brian and I have talked and we kind of decided that since Pioneer, as far as we understand, they do sell like their surplus sugar to be marketed under labels, and they also deal in cane sugar now as well for part of the year, so we've kind of gotten less picky about our sugar, assuming that probably some of this comes from our lovely state anyway. So can you guys correct me? Can you guys correct me on that if I am wrong? It just says sugar and it doesn't say beet sugar anymore. Okay. Flour. I stocked up. I got 9 bags of unbleached flour. We get unbleached because the bleached doesn't tend to be good for our kid either. $1.72 for 5 pounds. So for flour, we used to stock up at the bulk food store, but then you get it all in one big bag that you have to open, and then you have to do something with it. When they come in these 5-pound packages, I have my bread recipe down to requiring a 5-pound package, so I don't have to measure out my flour when I make bread, which saves time. And as long as you keep these cool or keep them dry, they keep really well in these packages. I haven't had any trouble with bugs or anything unless they get pushed to the back of my pantry shelf in the basement and get like moisture seeping through. Otherwise, they keep for a long time in these bags. Got 1 bag of bread flour, $2.44, because we've been doing homemade pizza sometimes, and a few of the pizza recipes I looked at said that using bread flour will really make a difference. Just thinking now, I wonder if this is bleached. It doesn't say that, so I'm gonna think not. Okay. Anyway, so that's to try for pizza. It's supposed to give you more of a crisp crust. Raisin Bran, if you guys like Raisin Bran, the other kind of Raisin Bran, I can't think of the other name. Kellogg's maybe has a Raisin Bran. Anyway, the popular kind is like twice the price, and then even the Walmart brand is more expensive, but this is only like 10 cents an ounce. So it was $2.56, and I bought 2 of them. One of them already went in the cereal dispenser. Pretzels, again, Utz brand is very good, $3.67. What I found I really like about the Utz in a plastic container is I keep them in the van under the van seat. And the other day when we were being hospitable in our van, my friend's little boy was like, "Hey, a snack," and I hadn't even remembered those were in there. So it was awesome. We had like an impromptu snack, and they're just always in there now. 100 gram snacks, 13 ounces for $3 even. These were a lot cheaper per ounce than the regular Teddy Grahams, and the Teddy Graham honey variety are good on my son's diet. So there's no artificials or anything like that in here, and I don't really care if they're emojis. They are cheaper. So got that. I also got 2 more of those same emoji honey grams. They were $4.48 a box, and I think there's 12 individual packages in there. I got those for the kids' soccer when they take snack for the team. And then these in the middle are some frosted Loft House cookies for $2.97. Those are going to go for our MOPS Care volunteers. So we have our last MOPS meeting tomorrow, and those will go on their cookie plate to thank our volunteers. Fig bars, I'm all out. Mom, if you're watching this, I'm all out of fig bars from Sam's. $2.62 for 6 packages. Blueberry, raspberry, whatever. All the varieties are good. Clementines were getting more expensive. $6.47 for 5 pounds. I think the citrus is phasing out for the season. I'm not sure, but it's not in the main displays anymore. I had to go looking, but these are delicious, so they're worth it. And they're big enough that I'm like giving each kid 1 instead of 3 like we were with the little tiny ones. Anyways, Macintosh apples, $3.74 for 3 pounds, and Granny Smith apples, $3.94 for 3 pounds. There's some in there with bite marks already. Someone helped themselves. Okay, lettuce, $1.48. This is called Greenleaf Lettuce. I tried to pick one that looks crunchy and sweet like romaine because they still didn't have any romaine restocked from the recall. Did you guys have romaine when they did the recall? That was such a bummer because I buy the 3-packs. So I had like $6 or $7 worth of lettuce in the fridge, and they said throw it all away. And usually when that's like limited to a brand, you can go and get a refund, but I didn't really feel right asking for a refund for that because it seemed to be across the board. So if you got a refund, let me know. Maybe I should have. But they did have a couple packages of organic romaine, but I wasn't going to pay that price. I don't really care about organic when it comes to that stuff. So I just got this to try. My kids just snack on this, and we occasionally use it in tacos, but it's one of their favorite snacks. It's crispy and cold, and they like it, especially at bedtime. If they ask for a bedtime snack and they've already brushed their teeth, then we will give them each a big piece of lettuce to take to bed. Okay, bread. My husband asked for a, I quote, cheap loaf of sandwich bread for sandwiches this week for his lunch. So I at least got this. It said all natural, and when I read the ingredients, there is no artificial flavor like the Aunt Millie's and stuff has. I still am not so sure I'm going to give it to my sensitive kid, but at least it's better than it could be. So I think he was really hoping for like the pure white, soft and good, but that's what wives are for, right? Keep them on track. Yellow popping corn, $1.66 for 32 ounces, 2 pounds. Got 2 of those. We've been using a lot more popcorn now that it's planting season. My husband works late. A lot of times we've been having a lighter supper, or I'm not above cereal for supper, or leftovers or hard-boiled eggs or whatever, and maybe scrambled eggs, and then we will have popcorn and watch a movie, so they can, at least I know their tummies are full even if I didn't give them a big supper before bed. This Dawn foam, it's getting kind of expensive, $5.64 for 30.9 ounces, but I have the foaming pump dispenser, and I really like how that works. It works for me a lot better than having the dish wand or anything now, and so and I only use this for things that need to be hand washed, like really actually not a lot at all, because our cast iron we don't use soap on, so this will last us probably a year. So I guess I shouldn't complain, but I'm gonna look online and see if it's cheaper somewhere else. Watkins almond extract for my smoothies again, $2.74 for 2 ounces. I can't remember what Aldi's price was, but I think it was only $2, so I have to look back at that video myself and compare. The Aldi's did taste good though, by the way. Butter, $5.08, 2 pounds. Bananas, they only had organic this time, so I paid 68 cents a pound, and we got about 5 pounds, but I needed them for smoothies. Band-Aid, Band-Aids, $2.30. We were like using a lot of Band-Aids right now because the kids are starting to play outside again, and their feet are not toughened up for the summer yet. I love it when they're all one size. Who else hates it when you get like the ginormous Band-Aid, it's the only one left, and the kid has like a paper cut on their pinky finger? It's awesome. Or the other way around, you have like a big gash and you get the tiniest little Band-Aid. So I like it when I can just grab whatever size. And they were out of stock last time, so I was glad they had these back. Okay, kitchen sponges. I want to know, tell me please, do you use a kitchen sponge or do you use like a washcloth? Because I'm sick of buying sponges. I'm sick of them being gross. And so I was thinking, I have all these old washcloths. Maybe I should just start doing that, and at least I know it would be fresh each time. But I don't know. Is that weird? I remember people doing that when I was little, but maybe that's not a thing people do now. I don't know. What do you use to wash your dishes? $2.97 anyway for 4 of them. And then I got this little receipt book. So here's a little money saving tip for you possibly. If you have, let's see, first I'll tell you $2.97 for this receipt book. If you have the option through your employer, you might want to check on an account for daycare expenses, like a daycare spending account or whatever they might call it. We have the option through Brian's work to put a certain, it's the same way we do with like a flex spending account for medical expenses. We can put a certain amount from his check into this daycare spending account, and it doesn't have to be for a licensed daycare, but any childcare expenses that you have, you can use that money. You can basically get reimbursed with that money. And so last year I just submitted a paper that showed who we paid and what we paid them and what the date was, and that was fine. This year when I went to do it, they were getting more picky, and they said you at least need to have a receipt book and have them sign after each babysitting session. So now I have my little receipt book. When I pay the sitter, I can have them sign it, and then we will still what we do is we still take the babysitting expense from our regular income, but then that money that went into the account, we don't have to pay taxes on that. That's before taxes. And so you get a savings there, and then and then when we get reimbursed, we just take it and put that money toward our mortgage or whatever. So, because we already spent it, we're not going to miss it. So it's like kind of a way to sock away money and forget about it, and also a tax saving. So groceries was $161, and the things that you do not see here are milk. I got 3 gallons of milk, 2 whole and 1%. I got a very large bag of Stouffer's animal crackers for $2.64, which I found upstairs in my 4-year-old's bed with his scissors, so that was not a win. Crispix, $2.66. That's already been eaten. And then deodorant, $3.78 for a 2-pack of deodorant for my husband. So that stuff and everything you see here, $161.
As always, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as Married to the Farm. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the next haul, and hit like. It will help this video get in front of more people. Thanks, guys.